Australia versus New Zealand pies. Who does it better? That is what I am investigating today. I tried 3 different tiers of pies from each country and rated them out of 5 to see who would come out on top. Our 3 different tiers are Servo, Bakery and Pie Shop. They all get rated on structure, filling and taste, and then get an overall rating at the end. First up, in Australia, we have 7-Eleven.
So here we are. We have an Australian beef pie. Tell me why it says remove at, and then it's got marked with a 10. So I'm assuming that means remove it from the shelf at 10. And it's 12 o'clock. Tell me why. This is 26% beef. Interesting. Now, it's quite a pale colour. A little bit squidgy. The top isn't really that flaky at all. Feels like it's got a good structure to it. You can hold it with one hand and eat it. It's definitely got a good structure. That's the inside. But the flavour's quite nice. Peppery, oniony. Beefy. It's not... There's like a good amount of beef in there, I feel like. It's not falling apart too much. I mean, it's cracking on the bottom, but I am halfway through. I think for structure, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. It's holding it well. For the filling, I mean, it's quite filled. Like you can see it coming up. I'll give it a 4 as well. It surprised me, pleasantly surprised. Now the taste. The taste is good too. And as far as servo pies go, I think it's pretty good. I mean, I just had a little bit of gristle in there, but I'm going to give the taste a 3.7. Honestly, for $4.50, I think that's a good pickup. Overall rating for the Aussie beef pie, I'm going to give it a 3.9 out of 5 stars.
Next up, we're headed across the Tasman Sea to New Zealand, where we are going to see what the servos there are cooking up. Okay, from BP, a butter chicken pie. The top isn't puffy, like, I mean, it kind of is, but it's not as puffy as you might hope for. It feels like it's got a good structure to it. It smells nice. It's got a little bit of herbs on top. Pastry's flaky. Let's give it a taste. Oh, that tastes good. That's the inside. Not as jam-packed as you might like it. It has got some good chunks of chicken in there, and the flavour is pretty damn good. Actually, I'm thinking that this is the perfect filling amount. As you can see, when you take a bite into it, you're not putting pressure anywhere that it splits the bottom here. It tastes so good. Structure's good. Yes, it's flaking off, but that's just from the pastry on the top. That's what you'd expect. I mean, I thought the pie from 7-Eleven in Australia was good, but this is a different level. This is the best servo pie ever, I think. Absolutely phenomenal. Sounds a bit obvious, but it tastes like you're eating butter chicken. from an Indian restaurant, and it's in a pie. Structure, I mean, it's held up very well. I can't fault the structure. 4.8. I say I can't fault the structure and then give it a 4.8, but there's got to be something better out there, you know? Like, the structure is very good. 4.8, phenomenal score. For the filling, I'm actually going to give it a 4.8 out of 5. I think it's close to perfect, the amount of filling. Maybe you could do a little bit more chicken in there, but it's still got a very good amount. Taste, man, the taste is getting a 4.9. A 4.9 for taste. This is an amazing pie. I shit you not, it is so good. Overall, 4.85 out of 5. Absolutely insane. Next, we're headed back over to Australia, where we are going to check out what a local bakery are saying. So we're here with a pepper steak pie from Blue Water Bakery. Here it is. It's got a nice golden crust on the top. The pastry is quite flaky, which is good for the top of a pie. It's a bit squidgy on the bottom. We'll see how much of a one-hander it can be. It's very heavy as well, very dense, so I feel like there's going to be a good amount of filling. Let's tuck in. Pastry on top, nice and flaky, as expected. The structure's held up better than I thought it would, because it's got that slight squidge to it, but it's not like falling apart. Filling, it tastes nice, very peppery. Gravy tastes nice. I don't think it's steak chunks though. I thought it was going to be steak chunks. Now, saying that, I've just bit into a steak chunk, but I feel like it's a mixture of steak chunks and like mint. Okay, getting into slightly dangerous territory now. The top's coming away, but again, the flavour is very nice. The pastry is buttery, flaky. Pastry hasn't actually broken, it's just the lid coming away from the base. I'm disappointed by the lack of steak chunks. I just had a big chunk of steak, but I think that's the only chunk that was in there. The rest of it's like, you can see sort of mince in there. For structure, it's held up surprisingly well, considering what I thought when I first felt it. So I'm going to give it a 4. The filling has disappointed me. It's going to get a 2.5 for the filling. It tastes very nice, but the filling isn't what I expected at all. I wanted big chunks of steak. Now the taste, on the other hand, that's getting a 4.5 because the taste is there. The peppery beefiness is really shining through. Overall, it's going to get... Ooh, choking on some pepper. It's going to get a 3.4 out of 5. Just the filling lets me down. Maybe a 3.5. Yeah, I'll give it an extra point, or point. 3.5 out of 10. 3.5 out of 5. I feel like they got their mince meat pies and the pepper steak pies mixed in together by accident. That's what that seems like. Now, after that slight disappointment, we're headed back on over to New Zealand, where we're hoping things are better there. Okay, so we've got a pie from the Blue Rose in Auckland. It's a bit different. It's come in a box, which gives a bit more of a high-end feel. to this. Now, I wanted the hangy one. They didn't have any. I understand, probably sells out very quickly. But we've got another award winner here. We've got the corned beef and pulusami pie. I don't know what pulusami is. I guess we're about to find out. Here it is. It's very fucking hot. I don't know how I'm gonna attack this. The pastry on the top is quite puffy, and then it's got like almost a crust around the edge. So not your traditional pie, but it does feel like it's quite heavy and quite well put together. Quite a strong crust. I guess we'll just try to put in. So that is the inside. And it's dripping. I don't know what's dripping, but it's dripping. It's got the corned beef in there. I'm assuming it's like sort of shredded beef. The taste is really nice. The pastry's really buttery, and it's not as dense pastry as I thought it was, which is nice. It's not like mostly pastry. It's got some onions in there as well. It's almost got like a coconut flavour to it, which actually works quite nicely. Really hot though, really hot. But the beef's really nice. It's staying together pretty well despite being quite wet on the bottom now. Although there is a crack forming, a split there, but the taste is nice. I don't know, some sort of herbs or leaves, maybe that's what pulusami is. It's different and I like it. Quite salty, the meat. Yeah, like I said, the pastry's not too thick and it's buttery, flaky. I like that they've got the sort of crust around the outside, the thicker bit. For structure, see it's just falling out there. For structure, I think that's going to be the worst marking it gets. So we'll start with that. Structure is going to get a 3.5, just because of what's happened to it and like the wetness that when you bite into it and it sort of sits in it. However, the taste is a 4.5. It is very nice. It's a different sort of pie flavour for sure. The filling, as you can see, it's very full. So the filling, it gets a 4.8. I mean, overall, I reckon it's a solid 4.25. Really nice, but different. Not what you'd expect from a bakery or from a pie in general. But still, tastes very nice. 4.25 for the corned beef and pulusami pie. I'm having to come back on here, take it down another point for structure, because as I was just finishing it off, look what has happened. That's a disaster. The structure is getting a 2 now, because that's not great. Overall, that is bringing the score down to, I don't want to be too harsh, but a 3.7. That's lost massive marks for me.
I'm thinking I just got unlucky there, but disappointment all around from the bakeries. Let's hope the pie shops can pick it up.
We're at Beefy's. We've got a steak, bacon and cheese pie. I think that's it. It's very heavy and it's got some nice golden crust on the top in an interesting shape. Very flaky. Didn't really get too much filling there. The pastry is quite dense, I'm not gonna lie.
taste is there, definitely. Gravy tastes good. You can taste the bacon, saltiness of it. Nice chunks of meat in there. Structure's good. It's all staying together. This is a good ass pie. I mean, look at them chunks of steak. It's very filling. Like, I could eat one of these and be done for a good few hours, for sure. So, the structure is very good. It's held together very nicely. You could eat it with one hand really easily. As you can see, no breaks anywhere. Structure's getting a 4.8 out of 5. And then the taste, really boosted by the cheese actually. The meat tastes good, the gravy tastes good, the bacon adds a nice saltiness. 4.2 for taste out of 5. And for the filling, I mean, as you can see, again, it's really nicely filled. The chunks of meat are nice and big. I can't really fault it, so I'm going to give it a, well, if I can't fault it then I should give it a 5, but I'm going to give it a 4.8. I think that makes sense. So overall, Beefy's steak, bacon and cheese pie gets a 4.6 out of 5. Lovely.
Well, that's 100% an improvement from the bakery round. Let's see what New Zealand's pie shop has to offer.
Here we have a pie from Hope River Pies in Littleton, Christchurch, and the one that I've opted for is a steak, red wine and cheese pie. Oh wow, that looks incredible. The crust on the top is nicely puffed. The bottom looks like it has a really good structure to it. It's golden, it's flaky, but it's also not flaking off before you even touch it, you know? I'm excited for this one. Hey, let's give it a taste. Ooh. I'll take another bite and show you the inside. But that tastes insane. You can definitely taste the red wine in there. It gives the steak a really nice flavour. And there's some nice chunks of steak in there. Nice cheese layer on top. Quite greasy on the inside, as you see. It's dripped off, but where there's cheese, there's grease. So it sort of makes sense. The structure's really good. You could eat this with one hand if you wanted to. Well, that's what I'm doing. And it wouldn't break. As you can see, the top is nicely puffed. Even got some nice little decorations on top. And this is really good. The cheese tastes great, and the steak chunks are really nicely seasoned. It's like a red wine gravy, or jus, I think sometimes it's called. Oh yeah, that's good. That is good. You've got to rank it now. Filling. I did have a fatty piece of steak. Now, if I didn't have that, it would probably be 4.9. But because of the fatty bit, it's going to get a 4.6. So it's not that much of a downgrade, but the taste is a 5. The taste really is a 5. Yeah, taste is a 5. That's incredible. So, filling 4.6. Taste 5. Structure, the middle of it started to bow when I got about halfway through, but it's held up pretty nicely, so I'm going to give that a 4.6 as well. And overall, it's getting a 4.9. It really, really, I mean, it's just an incredible pie. If you're in Christchurch, come to Hope River Pies. They won't disappoint. They've got so many flavours as well. I didn't actually get a video of the flavours that they got, but they have a lot of flavours. Yeah, check them out. I fucking love pies.
And the winner is Hope River Pies, the New Zealand pie shop. Here are the final rankings, and quite obviously my ratings could do with some work, but any of the top two could have come away with the win here. But as it stands right here, New Zealand are the pie champions. Now, I might revisit this in the future, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and let me know if you've tried any of these pies and if you'd give it a different rating. But for now, I'll see you in the next one.